Alright, so in this video, I'm going to show you how we can use Claude Code to build WhatsApp AI agents. It makes it a lot easier than it is on any other platform like N8N because Claude Code basically does all of the work for you. And additionally, it will build out a full dashboard like this where you can see all of the conversations your AI agent is having with customers. So for example, let's send a message over from here. I'm sending over hello, and it should be able to respond back to us and then preview the message over here so the business owner can see what's going on. If we come back over here, you can see the AI agent says, hi there, I'd be happy to help you, but I'm best at assisting with anything related to iconic clothing. I can help with product inquiries. I'm going to say, hey, how long does delivery take? And you can see it says, hello, for deliveries within the UK, we have a few options: standard delivery, express, and next day delivery. We have all of the details down here, like the price and the dashboard over here. If we refresh this, we should see that full conversation. So if we click back in here now, you can see the full conversation. Hi, I'd love to help you. We have the delivery details, the person asking how long does delivery take. Now, if we were to build this on N8N, we would not be able to see the messages that the AI agent is sending back. Now, obviously on this end, because I'm the user over here on WhatsApp, I'm sending these messages from my personal number over to the WhatsApp AI agent. I can see the messages because I'm the user, but the business owner that owns this whole WhatsApp account is not able to see these messages because nowhere on WhatsApp do they allow you to view the messages that are being sent back. They rely on you to build a full platform like this dashboard so you're able to see what your AI agent is actually doing. So in this video, I'm going to show you in basically one prompt how we can do this on Claude Code. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. All right, now this is not a video on how to set up Visual Studio Code, but in order to use Claude Code, you need somewhere to host it. Here's a very quick breakdown. It's extremely simple on how you can set up Claude Code. Firstly, come over here to Visual Studio Code and press download to whatever computer or Mac you're using. After you press download, then open the app, and it's going to open this app right here, which is Visual Studio Code. You can open a bunch of things right here, but before we do anything, we're going to come over here to extensions, and you're going to search up in the top here, Claude Code, and then you're going to press install, and then you are fully ready to go. After you press that, then they are going to require you to open a folder. Now this is going to open a folder on your computer just so it can store everything that we're about to do. So you're going to press over here, open folder. You can store it anywhere, again, like I said, but I'm going to come down here to the document section. I'm going to come over to my Claude Code folder, and I'm going to create a brand new folder over here. So I'm going to press new folder, and I'm going to give this one the name WhatsApp agent. Press create. We can open this now. On the left hand side, you can see we now have the folder WhatsApp agent over here. Now you can come back over to your extensions right here. You can click Claude Code, and you can see up here in the top right is where we have access to Claude Code. So we can just press this right here. Obviously we can close this now, and now we have access to Claude Code. This is where we're going to give it the prompt, and this prompt is going to build the WhatsApp agent first. All right, now I've already made a prompt that we can give to the WhatsApp agent, and it's over here on Google Docs. I'm going to leave this down below for you in the second link, so you can go down and grab that, and anything we do in this video, I'm going to leave it down below as a Google Doc for instructions. But we're going to grab this full prompt, and we're going to copy this and bring it over to Claude Code. Now what we're telling it to do over here is to build the WhatsApp agent. Firstly, to build the dashboard, and secondly, to build the structure around that dashboard so we can send messages and receive messages. Now you can imagine we're going to have to drop in some WhatsApp tokens and some API tokens for whatever AI we're going to use to respond. But over here we tell it to create the API route, we tell it to build a database, which we're going to use Supabase for, so we can store all of their messages, and then we tell it to build the front end dashboard, and we give it some key policies down here. So again, copy this, bring it back over to Claude Code, drop it in here, and change this section over here to the planning mode. So if we come over here and we choose this to the plan mode, it should start planning now. Now firstly, just jump back up here so we can see all of the files that are being made as we send this prompt off. So if we send this prompt off, Claude is now going to create a full plan for this app. You can see now it's thinking. It said, let me start by exploring the current state of the project directory. It's going to figure out that obviously this is the first prompt that we've made. It's going to do a bunch of thinking, and then it's going to output a plans for us. It's also going to tell us exactly what API keys we need, where we can go to get them. But don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly in this video how we can do all of that. Okay, so Claude Code has just finished up all of the thinking. So you can see here from the initial prompt that we sent over, it has done a whole load of thinking. It has gone to URLs, figured out everything that it's going to need, and now outputs this plan for us. So it said context, it's going to build a WhatsApp AI agent with a business dashboard from scratch. The app receives WhatsApp messages via Meta's Webhook, generates AI responses using ChatGPT, and then replies back with the WhatsApp Cloud API, and stores everything in Supabase and provides a real-time dashboard for monitoring conversations. We have the full tech stack, the structure over here, the implementation plan. We're just going to assume that everything looks good. You don't actually have to look through this because Claude Code is typically good enough at doing what you tell it to do. And we're going to press yes and auto accept. Now it's going to go through and build out the full project for us. Now over here on the left hand side, it's going to start adding in files. So over here, it's going to add in stuff and they're going to be stored on your computer because we open this folder on your computer. And you can see now it's asking to allow a couple of bash commands. We're going to say allow all of these from now. It shouldn't ask us too much more questions. From now, it should just build everything by itself. Okay, so you can see now as it's working through, it just created a bunch of files over here, which is basically the full backend to the system that we're building today. And now it's going to continue to go through and do everything for us. So it's creating package JSONs. You don't have to understand a single part of this because we are interacting with this right here, which is the chat feature. We don't need to know what any of them files or code means. All you have to know is the full system is built over here. So these are the files that Claude Code is building so everything will run. Alright, so this build has just finished. Now it says key features obviously is the webhook, the dashboard, and we have dark theme which I added, not sure why, just did it on its own, and then we have the build passes the clean Next.js. So it's done all of the testing, it's built that for us basically off one prompt. Now it says to get started we need to go to the env.local and fill in our credentials, run this SQL in Supabase and then press npm run on this. We need to configure our meta webhook URL and do all of that. So I'm going to show you exactly how we do these 4 steps. So to start, all right, so the first step is copy env local to .env local and fill in your credentials. So it's telling us to do something that it can do itself. So I'm just going to say create the env file yourself. And now it should do that for us so we can see everything that we need to do. Okay, so you can see now over here, we have the .env local file, not the example one anymore. And if we click in here, you can see it opens up the file on this side for us and it tells us exactly what we need to make this start running. So we need our WhatsApp Cloud API tokens, extremely easy to get. It's not even nearly as hard as N8N. We have an OpenAI key, very straightforward as usual. And we have a Supabase key where we need to get the Supabase URL, the Supabase anon key, and then the service role key. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. But firstly, let's start with WhatsApp and getting these 3 pieces of information from WhatsApp. So in order to get that information from WhatsApp, we need to come up here to a place called business.facebook.com. Just search up business.facebook.com and you will be able to log in. You will be brought to a page like this where you can log in with Facebook or create an account if you don't have one. And when you sign in, you will be brought to somewhere like this. When you sign in, come down here to the settings page. We'll see this tab right here, which is apps. We're going to click in here and we're going to press add a new app. So I'm going to press add. We're going to press create new app ID. And you can see we have to just answer a few questions. You have app details, use cases, business requirements, and overview. Now, as you go through this, you may notice that your one may look a little bit different. It doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. In here, you just need to put in the app name. So I'm just going to call it Claude Agent. Let's press next. Now in this section, you can see we have use cases. All right, so in this section, whichever one has business messaging, and press connect with customers through WhatsApp. Press next. Which business portfolio? You should only have one. When you sign in on the initial page over here, it will create a business portfolio. As you can see up here, it creates a business portfolio so you can use this. So select the one that you created. We can press next. And so we don't need any requirements over here. We can press next. And you can see we have the full overview here. So we have the app details. We have the use case is obviously to connect with customers through WhatsApp. We don't have any requirements. And we can now press go to dashboard. Put in our password. All right, so after we land on this page, we're going to come over here to where it says customize and connect with customers through WhatsApp use cases. So let's click into here. And now we can set up the API. So let's press start using the API. It then brings us down to this page right here, which is API setup. Now, the only thing we need from here is obviously you need to set up a number. So you can see here, I already have 2 numbers in here, so I can't create a test number. But when you are doing this, you'll be able to either create a test number, which is just going to give you a test number straight away, or you can add in a phone number. So you can buy one on Twilio, drop it in here. It's going to allow you to connect to that. It's just going to ask you to verify that phone number. It's going to send a message to that phone number, go over to Twilio, get the message, whatever code it is, and drop it back in here. And that's how you connect a specific number that you can buy online, or you can buy on Twilio, or you can just use a test number if you're setting this up for testing. Now, all we need from here is this phone number ID. So I'm going to grab this phone number ID that we're going to use. Now, I will say if you are using a test number, which I assume most people will, when you select a test number, you need to come down here and put in your own phone number, just so WhatsApp knows that you are the actual owner of that phone, so you can send messages to this test number, because test numbers are specifically made only for testing. So they need to know who's the actual owner of this test number. So you'll have to put in your phone number here, press generate access token. Whenever that generates an access token, then you'll be able to press send message, and it's going to send a message over to your personal number, and it's just going to say something like this, which is hello world. That's how you know everything is connected and working. Now obviously come down here, grab the phone number ID. Let's bring it back over to Claude Code, and let's add that phone number ID in here. So we're just going to drop that in here. Every time we add anything in here, make sure you press Command S so it saves. Now you can see in here we need a WhatsApp access token and a WhatsApp verify token. Now for the verify token, we can just make it whatever we want, and this is basically the password from WhatsApp to our dashboard. So just put in anything and you'll see where this will go later, but just put in anything. For me, let's just put in, I don't know, pizza 123. And then for the WhatsApp access token, the last thing to get that access token is we are going to come over here. Now we can use this access token right here, but this is a temporary access token, and we're building this for clients, so we don't want temporary access tokens. Most videos you watch will use a temporary access token. That's going to break after like 24 hours. I would advise you not to use that and follow this route instead. Come back over here to this page where we were on, where we created the initial app. We're going to come up here to where it says system users, and we're going to press add a new system user. Give this a name. You can call it maybe WhatsApp. You can see my one is called N8N, but you can call it maybe Claude Code or Dashboard or whatever you want to call it. Now you're going to give this the role as an admin. Now when you create this system user, you're going to come over here and press generate token. Now this might pop up as you press create new system user, or it might pop up after. It depends what version you're on, but regardless, you will see this page right here. So you're going to press into here and give it access to the AI agent that we just made. So the one that we've just made is called Claude Agent. We're going to press next. We're going to come over here and give the token expiration. You can choose 60 days if you want to replace it in 60 days. I'm just going to choose never. Now in this section over here in the assign permissions, you're going to just look up WhatsApp and you're going to give it access to these three permissions. So it's business messaging, management, and manage events. Give it access to all three of them and press generate token. Now it's going to ask you to verify your account after you press generate token. So verify your account. It's going to send you an email. So you're going to press send email. Now over in your email, it's going to give you the access code. So you're going to put the access code in here and press submit. When you press submit, then it's going to bring you back to this page. It's going to look like nothing has happened, but just wait a couple of seconds. I think it takes like 5 to 10 seconds for the API key to pop up. So wait for it to pop up, grab the token that it gives you, and then bring it back over to Claude Code. I'm not going to put mine in, obviously, so you can't see, but it's going to be a long number. It's going to be an extremely long number. Something like that, in which you're going to drop in here. Now that's the full WhatsApp part done. The next part we need an OpenAI key. So I'm going to come back over here. So we're going to come over here to OpenAI platform. You can see it brings us to this page. We're going to come up here to where it says dashboard. If you don't have an account, obviously you are going to have to sign in. After we come up here to dashboard, over here to API keys, and you're just going to press create new secret key. Give it a name, press create secret key. It's going to output that password for you. We're going to bring it over and we're going to drop it in here. That's the second part done. Now we need to create a Supabase, which is basically just like Google Sheets, but for apps. So it's going to store a massive amount of data for us. Now when we create this Supabase, you can see down here in the initial instructions, it says run the SQL in Supabase schema. So we're going to come up here and we're going to look for Supabase /schema.sql. So we can close this for now. Let's come up here and look for the Supabase schema. So if we come over here, you can see Supabase schema.sql. We are going to grab all of this. So from number 1 down to the end here, let's copy this. We can close this now. We're not going to need that anymore. We're going to come over here and we are going to sign up for Supabase, or sign in if you have an account. So look up Supabase. Now, when you sign into Supabase, obviously you're going to have to create an account. Okay, so press new project after you sign in. Give your project a name. Let's call this WhatsApp agent. Give it a nice strong password, and then press create new project. Now over here, we don't really have to do much because we've copied that code that Claude Code already gave us. So we're going to come over here and do what it tells us to do. It tells us to come over to the SQL editor, paste the code in that we just copied, and then press run. And you can see over here, this is now running. It's going to create a couple of tables for us that we need, just so we don't have to make them ourselves. So you can see now that this is running, success, no rows returned. So we can come over here to the table editor now, and you can see we have 2 tables over here. One is for the conversations and one is for the messages. That's all we had to do. If we wanted to, we could come in here and create them ourselves, but Claude Code just made it a lot easier. And this is basically the sheet where we're going to store the conversations and the messages. Now over here, we need to get the API keys that it's asking for. So if we come back over here to VS Code and we come back up to our env.local file, it's asking us for a Supabase URL. It's asking us for a Supabase anon key and a service role key. So let's come back over here to Supabase and get our Supabase URL first. So come down here to the project settings. We're going to firstly come up here to where it says data API, and we're going to grab the URL. So let's copy this, bring it back over and drop it in here. We're going to come down here. We need the Supabase anon key. So let's come back over here. Let's come down here to where it says API keys. We're going to come over here to where it says legacy anon service role and API keys. I'm just going to have the last two pieces of information. So you can see here we have the anon public key. Let's copy this, bring it back over and drop it in here for the anon key. And we also have the service key right here. We're going to reveal this, press copy, bring it over and drop it into here. And that's how we will have all of the connection done. So make sure you put in your OpenAI key, your service key and your anon key, press command save, and that should be the full connection done. Okay, so after all of that is done, come back over here. We need to look up GitHub. So we're going to come over here, we're going to look up GitHub. Now this is where we're going to host this so everything can work together. So we're going to come up here to GitHub. Obviously you're going to have to sign in if you don't have an account. Come over here to press new so we can create a new repository. Now up here in this repository, let's call it WhatsApp agent, Cloud Code, whatever you want. We don't need any description. We're going to come down here and press private, and then we're going to press create repository. Oh, we need to choose an owner as well up here, and then we can press create repository, and it's just as simple as that. So we're just going to create that repository, copy this name. Now don't worry if you don't know any of these words or these code words I'm saying. You don't need to understand them. That's the main thing about this. You don't need to understand a single thing. Just do what I'm doing. Copy this, bring it back over to VS Code and say, here is the URL for my GitHub repo, push the project to GitHub. That's what all we have to do in here. We're going to send this off, and because we've given Claude Code that URL, it's now going to push all of these files right here over to GitHub so everything can be stored over there. Okay, so it said it pushed it successfully. The env.local file with your secrets was included, only but empty template has been committed. So it's done everything perfectly. It's been extremely safe, so it hasn't just given away our API keys. And if we come over here now, we refresh this page, you can see we have all of them files that we've just been building on Claude Code. Now what we need to do as the final step when we can start using this WhatsApp agent is come over here to an app called Vercel. We're going to look up this app right here called Vercel. We're going to click in here. Now obviously again, like I mentioned, if you don't have an account, sign up. It's completely free. Everything we've done in this video so far is free. So sign up for your account, come over here, press add new, and you're going to press add new project. Now it's extremely simple. You can see you have your GitHub repository over here. We have the one that we just created, which is WhatsApp agent. If you don't have your GitHub repository, it's going to allow you to sign in. So you just press sign in and just sign in with your current account. And we're going to select this one, press import. And over here, this is the last thing we have to do. We have environment variables right here. So we need to put in whatever we had in that env file that we were storing all of our API keys in. So if we come over here and we come over here to our env example, in your one, you will have a bunch of keys in here of the ones that you just store. So the ones that I've been storing this whole video, you will have them here. And in order to bring them over to Vercel and be able to host this for your client safely, we need to copy these. So copy the name of this. You can see this one is WhatsApp access token. We're going to bring it over here to Vercel, drop it in here, and then whatever the password was or whatever the key was, then you can drop it in here. So we can come over here and let's say the key was, I don't know, 1 2 3 4 5. We would copy this key, bring it over and drop it in, and you're going to do it for each one of these. Anything that's in blue here, you're going to do it for each of them. So we're going to bring it back over, drop it in here, and that's exactly how it's going to work. You're going to do that for each specific key, and then you're going to press deploy. When you press deploy, then it's going to bring you to a page like this, in where you're going to have your full dashboard. So you can click in here, and when we click over here, you can see we have a sign-in page. So we have to sign in. Obviously, we don't want people signing up. It's for a specific client. So in order to sign in, we need to create them over here in Supabase. So we're going to come back over here to where we created these two tables previously. We're going to come over here to where it says authentication. In this authentication table, you can see we have users for this app. I'm just going to press add new user. We're going to press create new user. And then up here, you're just going to put in your client's account or your account. So probably most likely will be your account and your client's account. So put in your email here, the password you're going to use. We're going to press create new user, and we can now come over to this app and we should be able to sign in. So let's come over here, let's put in what we were just using, and we can press enter, and now we are in this app. You can see there are no messages yet, but we can fix that. We need to come back over here and we need to get our code right here. So I need to copy this. I'm going to come back over to Claude Code and I'm going to ask it one more question. So I'm going to tell Claude, here is the Vercel URL. What is the WhatsApp URL? So I'm going to give it the Vercel URL, and this is going to turn that URL into the WhatsApp URL that we need in order to get a webhook. Now again, don't worry if you don't know what it is. You can see straight away it gives us the URL that we need. So we're going to copy this, and remember the password that you initially made over here for your WhatsApp verify token. So this last one here, your WhatsApp verify token, you need to remember that because we're going to use that in this stage here as well. We're going to take the URL that Claude Code gives us. Let's come back over here. We're going to come over to the app that we just made. So this app over here, and in the configuration section down here, we need to put in that URL. So it's really simple. We're just going to place that in here. Whatever password you put in there. Remember for my one, I put in pizza123. I'm going to put that in here, pizza123, and then I'm going to press verify and save. It's going to reload your screen. So it's going to reload your screen like this. It's going to bring you back to this page. We're going to come back over here to configuration and we should be connected. So you can see there, we now have a couple of things down here. We're going to scroll down to messages and we are going to subscribe to messages, and that should be the final step completely done. We can now test out the AI agent. So let's come over here to the dashboard. We can see there is currently no messages over here. All right, so now let's pull up this WhatsApp agent over here and let's give it a test. So we can say hello. We can enter it right here. We should receive a response back if this is working. And you can see there it says hello. You can see there it says hello, welcome to Iconic Clothing. How can I assist you today? So that part worked, and we can now see we have a brand new conversation over here in the dashboard. And if we click in here, we can see the hello, welcome to Iconic Clothing. How can I assist you today? So that is the full build completely done. How you can build a Claude Code WhatsApp agent in a matter of a couple of prompts and knowing how to bring over the keys that we need. Now, the first time you build this, it might take you some time. You have something completely new to learn, where to get all of these API keys. But the second time you build it, gets a lot easier. The third time gets easier. And within the 5 or 6 clients, you're doing this in a couple of minutes. It's extremely easy to set up for your client. They have a full dashboard to see what their AI agent is doing. You can even say to Claude Code, hey, by the way, I want to add the prompt into the dashboard over here so the client can change it whenever they want. Or you can even say to Claude, hey, I want to add in a chat section down here so the client is able to respond back to the user instead of the AI doing it. There's a bunch of different things you can do by just telling Claude Code to do it and following the instructions. But without further ado, all of the prompts, anything we've done in this video, the instructions are going to be left down below in the second link where you can download them in my community. In the first link, I teach you one-to-one how you can scale your own AI agency to over 100K per month like I've done with my agency. So if you want to join that, click the first link in the description.